division. The Montreal Concordes. The Montreal Concorde opened the '84 season at home in Olympic Stadium with lots of optimism. But it is all Hamilton until Ken Ciancone throws Ticat quarterback Dieter Brock for a loss. Trailing 33-0 late in the first half, exciting rookie Turner Gill connects with Ron Robinson, and the lanky slot back moves it to the 4-yard line. On the next play, Concorde running back Terry Lyman takes it in for Montreal's first touchdown. And then Gill finds Nick Arachne wide open for the 2-point conversion. Early in the third quarter, Gill goes for a fast strike. Again, he teams up with Ron Robinson. Two plays later, the former star from Nebraska hits Brian DeRue with a 27-yard throw. Touchdown. And the Concorde trail 39-14. Dieter Brock misreads the coverage, and Concorde Preston Young has the interception. The Simon Fraser Grant brings it back 22 yards. Kelvin Lindsay has a 33-yard gain, but hard hitting by Montreal forces the fumble. Vince Faison makes the recovery. Sets up a 24-yard field goal by veteran Don Sweet. And the Concorde reduced the margin to 39-17. In the fourth quarter, Jerry DiTilio comes in for Turner Gill and hits another Concorde rookie, Dwayne Wilson, for 23 yards. On the next play, DiTilio shows his running as he scoots around the right end for the touchdown. Again, Montreal runs the same play to Arachne. Again, he's open, 2 points. Former Michigan star Steve Smith comes in for the closing moments, and Smith connects with Mike Washburn for a 33-yard touchdown, but it's not enough. Hamilton wins 49-31. Joe Galat takes his Concorde up against Ryder Pride in Saskatchewan. Tim Kearse has a good game, but a better hit by Phil Jones gets Montreal the ball. Joe Pow has trouble with the snap, and Doug Scott recovers for the Concorde. Joe Galat knows he needs a win, and it looks promising when Dwayne Wilson breaks over the left tackle for a 29-yard gain. But the drive stalls, and Sweet is good to put Montreal ahead, 4-2. The Montreal defense is coming on as well. Newcomer Steve Rocky sacks Pow. And early in the third, trailing 9-4, the Concorde defense comes up big again as Ciancone intercepts. With Jerry DiTilio in for Turner Gill, Terry Lyman moves it 16 yards on the ground. Setting up a Don Sweet field goal, the Concorde cut the lead 9-7. But the Rough Riders get another touchdown, and Montreal needs a drive. Wilson starts it with a 22 yards on the draw. Then DiTilio finds Jeff Patterson for 14. Gallant is asking for a touchdown, and Terry Lyman answers with a 1-yard clutch. The Concorde are back in it, now down just 16-14, and the defense making the hits. Vince Vase on blind sides, Pow on the safety blitz. Montreal get the ball, and Don Sweet's field goal puts Montreal ahead 17-16. And as the fourth quarter begins, the Concorde put on the pressure. Joe Pow's pass is deflected by Zachary and recovered by Aaron Hill for a 64-yard Concorde touchdown. It's quiet at Taylor Field as the Concorde go up 24-16 with Montreal in possession. DeTilio hits Nicaragua. The former Bishop's Gator makes 34 yards on a good effort and a little help from Ron Robinson. 2 plays later, Dwayne Wilson goes over the left side for a 3-yard touchdown. Sweet's extra point has Montreal on top 31-16. Saskatchewan tries Nicky Hall at quarterback, but Preston Young is there for the interception. Joe Gallant has to be happy with both his offense and his defense as Montreal wins their first game of 1984. The Montreal-Ottawa rivalry always produces hard-hitting action. And early in the game, a J.C. Watts attempt to Wayne Aldridge is deflected and intercepted by Montreal veteran William Hampton. Former Cornhusker Turner Gill combines with another Concorde rookie, Stanley Washington, this one with 31 yards. Two plays later, Gill hits Nicaragua, and the big tight end lumbers in for the touchdown. Montreal leads 7-0 on Sweet's Conference. Create their own problems when the snap to punter Ken Clark is high. Clark wisely concedes a safety. Montreal trails 14-9. J.C. Watts can't shake the Montreal Concorde defense. Linebacker Ken Ciancone has the sack. A pretty defensive play. Turner Gill completes a long one to slot back Ron Robinson. Robinson fumbles after being hit, but Nicaragua is right there to recover for Montreal. And 3 plays later, Gill finds Jeff Patterson for a 19-yard touchdown as the half ends. Concorde trail just 17-16. Score twice in the third quarter, but Montreal come right back. Nicaragua gets 16 over the middle. And the drive culminates in a Don Sweet field goal. Concorde trail 31-20. Again, Turner Gill connects with Jeff Patterson. The Youngstown State graduate has 50 yards, but the Concorde are kept out of the end zone. In his own territory, J.C. Watts is sacked by Montreal's Steve Rocky. The Montreal defense. Deep in his own territory, J.C. Watts is sacked by Montreal's Steve Rocky. The Montreal defense pour in on Watts again. His fumble recovered again by Rocky. Two plays later, veteran Montreal running back Chuck McMahon scores from 3 yards up. And Gill goes to reliable Nicaragua for the 2-point conversion, but the Concorde run out of time, and they lose to the Ottawa Rough Riders. The Calgary Stampeders invade Olympic Stadium, and the Montreal defense intends to repel them. James Zachary intercepts Danny Barrett's pass in the first quarter. 4 plays later, Turner Gill rolls right and fires. Stanley Washington's spectacular catch ignites the fan. And with Sweet's convert, Montreal goes ahead 7-0. Montreal has 2 great running backs. Terry Lyman's 41-yard romp sets up a Don Sweet field goal. In the second half, big defensive plays are the story. Ken Ciancone picks off a Danny Barrett pass and goes in for a 30-yard touchdown return. Montreal goes up 20-4 after the Don Sweet extra point. The story becomes a tragedy for Calgary when Greg Vavra's pass is intercepted by Harry Skipper. The cornerback from South Carolina has a 56-yard return for the touchdown. Montreal goes up 27-11 in the fourth quarter. Steve Rocky is making his presence felt for the Concorde. The rookie from Holy Cross nails Vavra for a loss of 10. And the Concorde go on to beat Calgary. Montreal hasn't beaten the Edmonton Eskimos since the 1977 Grey Cup. But the Concorde have it going early on a Dwayne Wilson run for 15 yards. Don Sweet's field goal of 39 yards puts Montreal in front 3-0. Edmonton quarterback Matt Dunnigan is crushed under a big rush, and Ken Ciancone recovers for Montreal. Three plays later, Turner Gill hits Nikaraki in the end zone. With the convert, Montreal leads 13-3. The Concorde get the ball back, and Turner Gill sets up the screen. One more time, this is Iraqi. Perfect execution, nets 18 yards for Montreal. Gill finds Dwayne Wilson, and the Idaho State grad has a 20-yard gain. It sets up another Don Sweet field goal, and at the half, Montreal lead it 16-6. Matt Dunnigan feels the heat in the third quarter. Steve Rocky wraps him up for a 12-yard loss. Turner Gill throws to Mike Washburn, and the wide receiver from New Brunswick makes a shoestring catch en route to a 39-yard gain. On the next play, Turner Gill shows his running ability. The quarterback draw fools the Eskimos, and Gill has the touchdown. Montreal 23, Edmonton 6. Steve Rocky seems to spend the evening in the Edmonton backfield. Right here, it's a 12-yard sack. With Montreal back in control, Turner Gill fires to Nikaraki. The big tight end shows good speed as he pulls away for a 76-yard touchdown. Joe Gallant loves the score, 30-6. Turner Gill throws to ex-Nebraska receiver Todd Brown. The former teammate hangs on despite a tough hit. 2 plays later, Dwayne Wilson shows remarkable effort, breaking tackles, dancing into the end zone for a 20-yard touchdown. Montreal celebrates 37-6. Dwayne Wilson keeps adding to his rushing totals. On the night, he gains 114 yards on 19 carries. Don't forget the other 88 yards he picks up on 5 pass receptions. Two plays later, Turner Gill throws to Steve Smith. The quarterback turned receiver makes a great catch for the touchdown. Montreal knocks off the Eskimos for the first time in 7 years. The Concorde face the high-powered BC Lions, but it is Montreal who gets it going early. Turner Gill hits Nikaraki for a 14-yard gain. Montreal take a first quarter 3-0 lead on Sweet's field goal. BC pulls ahead 14-3 though, and Turner Gill has to change the momentum. Gill's 26-yard keeper is the spark to the Concorde offense. Gambling on third 3rd down and 2. Turner Gill picks up 7 big yards and the 1st down. Then 2 plays later, Gill rolls left on the option and carries for the touchdown. Montreal trail 14-10 as the 2nd quarter begins. John Pointer has the British Columbia quarterback Roy DeWalt. DeWalt fumbles, but the ball is recovered by Lion center Al Wilson. The play contributes to a Don Sweet field goal from the 47. Joe Galat's Concord are keeping it close against the heavily favored Lions, trailing at halftime. In the 3rd quarter, Turner Gill finds newcomer Harold Bailey for a 14-yard gain. And a few plays later, gambling on 3rd down, Gill connects with Nikaraki. Touchdown. The reliable tight end gives Montreal a 23-17 lead. BC's David Toluomo fights for more yards, but Ken Chancone's hit forces the fumble. Vince Faison gathers it in and returns the ball 38 yards. Settles for a field goal attempt, and Don Sweet is good, upping the margin 26-17. Veteran Canadian defensive standout Doug Scott sacks Roy DeWalt for a loss of 6 yards. Montreal gets the ball, and Turner Gill goes to Nikaraki. The BC defensive backs collide, and Iraqi rambles 58 yards. Touchdown, Concord. Montreal beats BC for the first time since 1979. 1 week later, the explosive Winnipeg Blue Bombers are in town. Bombers, Tom Clements throws for James Murphy, but Ken Chancone is there for the interception. Turner Gill can't find a receiver, but he finds 15 yards around the right side. It leads to a Don Sweet field goal, and Montreal leads 3-1 at the end of the 1st quarter. The Concord contain the Winnipeg offense. Bob Cameron's punt is taken by Preston Young and returned 50 yards. In the 3rd quarter, Clements looks for Joe Poplawski. Harry Skipper makes the interception and a 19-yard return. Tom Clements keeps testing the Montreal secondary. Andre Francis is equal to the test, picking off the Clements throw and returning it 40 yards. The CFL's leading rusher, Willard Reeves, has problems. His fumble is recovered by Concord rookie Paul Martin. Joe Galat replaces Turner Gill with Jerry DeTilio. DeTilio locates a wide-open Nikaraki, and the great Canadian gallops 82 yards for the touchdown. Then it's DeTilio to Iraqi again for the 2-point conversion. Concord pull even with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Winnipeg goes up by a field goal, and Vince Faison helps the Montreal cause with a 30-yard run back on the kickoff. Jerry DeTilio knows who to get the ball to. Nikaraki picks up 30 yards over the middle. Don Sweet is called upon, and the cool veteran hits from 22 yards to tie the score. Another great team effort by Joe Gallat's Montreal Concorde. The Concorde fly to Calgary, and Turner Gill has it going early. Nikaraki uses his height to haul in a touchdown. Canadian quarterback Greg Vavra tries to rally the Stampeders, but Harry Skipper picks off the pass. Gill goes right to work, finding Nikaraki for a 37-yard gain. Dwayne Wilson gets 17 more on the draw play. And Joe Gallat is all smiles. The drive stalls, but Don Sweet is good. Puts the Concorde on top, 10-0. Montreal gets possession again. Turner Gill fires complete. Harold Bailey. It sets up another Don Sweet field goal, this time from 31 yards away. Stampeder quarterback Greg Vavra again misreads the defense. Phil Jones has the interception, and Montreal a 13-0 lead at halftime. In the third quarter, things don't get any easier for Vavra and the Stamps. Harry Skipper intercepts Vavra's throw and returns it 70 yards. Touchdown, Montreal. Will win the honors as Rothman's outstanding defensive player of the week, and Montreal out in front 21-0. Calgary is forced to punt again, and Preston Young makes a fine return. He'll bring it back 48 yards. Bernard Quarles comes in for Vavra, but has no better luck. Harry Skipper has his third interception. Number 71, Steve Rocky, is cut down and injured on the last play of the game, and the Montreal Concorde will miss the big defensive end. But they can boast a winning record over teams in the CFL West. The Concorde wind up the regular season in Ottawa against the rival Rough Riders. Riderback Skip Walker appears to make a good gain, but Sean Pointer jars the ball loose, and Ken Ciancone recovers. The play leads to a Don Sweet field goal. Montreal goes ahead 3-1 in the first quarter. Ken Ciancone is a prominent Concorde linebacker. He nails J.C. Watts for a loss of 8. And Watts loses another 8 when he's hit by Paul Martin. The Concorde get the ball, and Turner Gill goes to Brian DeRue. And then Gill has 20 more yards on this throw to former Nebraska teammate Todd Brown. The drive culminates in a 30-yard Don Sweet field goal. Montreal trails 18-6 in the second quarter. The Concorde have a little luck on their side. Gill's pass deflected from Brian DeRue right into the hands of Jeff Patterson. On the next play, Turner Gill finds Nikaraki in the middle, and Iraqi has a 35-yard touchdown. Montreal trail 18-13. Back in punt formation, rider Ken Clark tries to run for the first down. Brian DeRue stops Clark, and Montreal gets the ball again. 3 plays later, Turner Gill avoids the rush and takes off for a 7-yard touchdown. The 2-point convert attempt is unsuccessful. Ottawa goes to the dressing room, leading just 21-19. The Concorde continue to hit. Skip Walker pops up the ball, and Phil Jones has it for Montreal. The Montreal offensive line gives Turner Gill lots of protection, and Gill connects with Dwayne Wilson for 37 yards. The drive is stalled, but Sweet's field goal puts Montreal ahead 22-21. With less than 3 minutes remaining, and Ottawa back in the lead. Turner Gill hits Nikaraki. Big number 79 takes it all the way to the Ottawa 1-yard line. And on the next play, Dwayne Wilson goes in for the winning touchdown. Montreal ends the regular season with a thrilling win over the Ottawa Rough Riders. The Concord are in the playoffs for the first time since the team's inception. And the defense starts out big. Dieter Brock is sacked by Steve Rocky and Glenn Weir, playing in his 13th season for Montreal. The Concord have some tricks for the Ticats. Turner Gill hits Jeff Patterson, who flea flickers out to Dwayne Wilson. The play covers 48 yards. It's just the way Joe Gallat planned it. Turner Gill is forced out of bounds by Tiger Cat linebacker John Priester. The extra shove gets Hamilton a roughing penalty. But it sidelines the starter, Turner Gill. The Concord hold the Tiger Cats, and Bernie Ruoff's punt is returned 38 yards on a slippery field by Jeff Patterson. Field conditions continue to get worse, but it doesn't bother Brian DeRue, who makes a spectacular diving catch off Jerry DeTillier. The play sets up a Don Sweet field goal, and Montreal trails Hamilton at the half, 12-5. By the fourth quarter, with the field wetter than ever, Ruoff has trouble with the snap. CFL veteran Pete Laverado is there to block the punt and recover for Montreal. On the next play, Jerry DeTillier options right and goes in for the score. Montreal loses to Hamilton in the Eastern semifinal, but two outstanding Concord go on to the Shenley Awards.
Mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, the outstanding rookie, Dwayne Wilson.
And the winner of the 1984 Shenley Award for Most Outstanding Canadian is Nick Garacki.
Executive producer, Bob Moyer. Produced and directed by Fausto Belluomini. CFL season producer, John Spaulding. Assistant to the producer, Donna Warner.
Nights at 6.